G'day, guys. Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. I'm your host, Mark, and thank you once again for checking out another video. And guys, I think we're on like 1,200 subs or something like that, something near that. We thank you, myself and Owen, thank you for checking out the channel. We had a lot of fun the other day with the lives, so we'll be doing more lives in the future. But today, guys, I'm going to go on a bit of a rant. Maybe I could go from Trubisky down all the way to Cameron Haywoods, or maybe talking about Chris Boswell. I'm going to go on a bit of a rant because it's day two of the training camp. It just happened yesterday, and there's so much going on. There's so much going on, and by the time you see this video, it's already day three. So we know that the players reported to the camp the other day, and no one really came in a snazzy outfit. No one came in a helicopter. No one came in as Vince Williams wearing the Stone Cold Steve Austin, a blazer or jacket, whatever it is, right? But the Pittsburgh Steelers are heading into day two, and from what I can see, because I have limited resources, I guess, so I'm not there at camp, right? But what I see from the reporters, some of the people on Twitter who are filming certain 7-on-7 shots or filming certain training and routes and stuff like that. What I see so far is I want to point out one thing. I don't know what's happening with the old Deontay situation. I know that my good mate Owen, who runs this channel as well, talked about the possibility of Deontay getting traded to Green Bay. That may happen, but it's kind of funny because Deontay right now is in a situation where he's holding in, I guess. He's going to camp, but he's got limited reps, limited exposure to the team. He just kind of hangs around, stretches, and maybe stands around and waits for the opportunity to play, maybe waiting for that big contract or waiting for something to happen. I don't really know what to expect in that situation, but there's two kind of thoughts for me in that idea. If Deontay Johnson, if he does sign a mega deal, I hope that he can go out and absolutely ball because he needs to. If he doesn't sign, in the next year that he kind of fades away and goes into the free agency period next year, are the Pittsburgh Steelers really that worried? We know that in camp now, we have Calvin Austin who ran that massive 60-yard run. And yes, look, all these things, it's not the defense aren't going out there and playing really physical, but I guess the motion of the action is kind of, it's hopefully what we see during the preseason and the actual games coming in when we come to September and we verse the Bengals. So also Pickens had a massive catch too, and similar. I think it was Cameron Sutton who might have been who covering him actually didn't. You look at the footage when Pickens made the big catch over his head, did a bit of twirl, and he landed that football. In a real game sense, I think it's going to be a lot harder than that. But at the same time, practice makes perfect, and when you do that in a practice setting, there's a big chance to do that in a game setting. So those kind of things are happening now. Coach Tomlin did talk about the depth order, and I talked about that the other day, and it's still not really. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. All we really know now is that Trubisky, Rudolph, and Kenny Pickett and Chris Oladukin are getting reps among their positions 1, 2, 3, 4. So whoever gets team 1 reps, team 2, team 3 is getting ready for the preseason, getting ready for the regular season. I still think it's going to be Trubisky at that point. Now, what else? I want to talk about also is this camp, Latrobe is a camp, the first camp for a lot of people. And I want to focus on one player. And that player is Chase Claypool. And the reason why I want to bring up Chase Claypool, because in the past I have been known to in various podcasts in Steelerland all over the shop. I've been known to say, well, I'm not the biggest fan of Claypool. I don't like the way what he did last year in 2021. But I want to ask you guys a question. Does Latrobe, bringing the players back to Latrobe this year in 2022, will it make a difference from hopefully a playoff run at the end of the year? And I want to bring up this one picture of Claypool and some fans. And I love this 100%. So my opinion on Chase Claypool is starting to change just a little bit. He's interacting with the fans. He didn't get to do this for the first 2 years of his career, 2020 and 2021. There was no Latrobe because we're getting out of the old pandemic. So interactions like this with a young lady wearing the away jersey is fantastic to see, and I can't wait to see what Claypool can do on the field. And look, my opinion is slowly changing because all that stuff with the TikToks, Rick Rocks, right? I'm not really into that, but I guess I'm on social media. And myself and Owen are starting to, trying to build this brand and trying to talk Steelers every day. And me on my personal channel, Steelers Nation Australia, I'm trying to build that brand as well. So I get it, right? But it's slowly changing for me with Claypool in this offense. I'm keen to see that. And day two, I think a lot of the guys are just going through the motion. They're playing 7-on-7, like Tomlin said. Tomlin said he doesn't really care if one day the defense is going to get the interception. The next day, you might see Trubisky or Kenny Pickett line it up and throw 3 touchdowns. So we're in that thing now where it's like we can't over speculate what's going to happen. If Kenny Pickett throws 3 interceptions or Trubisky throws 3 interceptions, it's going through training, and it's like the yin yang. When the offense does good, you want to cheer that, but then you'll probably be like, well, if the offense is doing really well, then that means that the defense must be terrible. And the defense does really well, well, that means the offense must be terrible, right? You can't really, you're going through the motions of being training camp and the fellas getting back together. And I guess my big question to end the video is, going through all these things, day 2, I know I'm more excited. I know I'm much more excited watching this team from afar, right? And I want to hear you guys. Actually, I got 2 big questions. One, is there any Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there? Have you been to Latrobe? And are you going to Latrobe this year? I would love to know. And my second question to end the video is, what impact does Latrobe offer this year for the 2022 Pittsburgh Steelers? Now, we've been going through a lot in the last 2 years, but getting back at it and seeing pictures like TJ Watt or Derek Watt playing with his family, or Cameron Hayward out there being called an old man, you know, from a distance, you know, or Najee Harris talking to the media. What impact does the Latrobe and the fans and the whole of Steeler Nation have on the 2022 season? There are going to be some fights. There are going to be some troubles. There are going to be some good plays. There are going to be some outstanding players. There are going to be some guys developing along the way. So I'm saying, what real impact does it have on the players? I think, to answer my own question, to end the video, I think there's a major impact. I can already see a change in maturity with Chase Claypool. I can already see these young guys like Kenny Pickett getting out there, signing autographs, getting amongst the team, the fans, and really starting to be a part of the black and gold, you know, nation. I can already see Trubisky, who's coming from the Buffalo Bills and a struggling Chicago Bears, starting to light it up and have fun with the team and want to be successful. And I can already see, to end my point, Cam Hayward being that physical, you know, and emotional leader that this locker room needs. Fired up, guys. Wasn't really sorry I didn't stay to one topic, but I'm fired up. And hopefully you made it this far. If you made it this far, please hit that like, hit that sub. We're going for, let's go for like, I don't know, what are we on now? 1,200. We want to try and get to like, you know, 1,500 subs, maybe by the end of training camp. If you like the content, hit that sub, hit that like, and I'll see you later. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.